Well, a very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Pro Billiard TV and the 2026 Predator Euro Tour. Our first of the year, and it's 8-ball, the Turkiye Open at the Miracle Resort in Antalya. You join us for a winner's qualification matchup in the women's event, and it's one between Katarzyna Wesolowska of Poland and Sinem Kokteng of Turkey. This is a race to 5. It's my pleasure to be joined in the box by my colleague Eric Horlifson, and my name's Gethin Davis. Welcome, Eric.
Hey, pleasure to be with you. Wesolowska off the second place finish in the World Team Championship, looking to follow it up with a good result here. Sinem coming in at a 581 Fargo, so Wesolowska's going to be a decent favorite in this one, but we'll see how it plays out. Quick race to 5,
absolutely, Eric. They are, and we've noticed players who have been getting off with their break working the fastest have been running away with it, and I thought you'd recognize Katarzyna from Las Vegas. She played very well, and yes, they were bested by the Philippines in the final. That was not 8-ball. This is. And
yeah, one game away from taking down the title. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a fantastic final, and will be on Pro Billiard TV if anyone wants to go back and watch that in the future. A selfless plug. But yeah, that's a dry break, and solids.
Yeah, just because of where the 14 is, looks like she's forced to go with solids here. 3 ball's going to be the toughest solid, but she might be on it right off the bat. Nice shot. 3 actually leads into the 2, which is one of the tougher balls if she has it. Perfect shot to start off here.
Yeah, Eric, and both players winning their matches to get to this winner's qualification group. So clearly, both are in form and in swing. And Kokteng wasn't far off making 2 balls off that break. They just seemed to slow up. So positive signs, even though Katarzyna's at the table.
Four is going to be a little tough. 10 ball playing a lot of problems with the 4. Not sure if it passes the 6 in the left middle. If it does, positive things can happen as far as playing it in the left middle.
Played that well, forcing it through. Maybe covered with the 10 if she was looking to do anything in clearing the 1 ball first. But still has this 6. Not a full pocket by the 9.
Yeah, she's going to open up the left middle for the 4 here.
Yeah, she's eyeing it up into the left side pocket. If she can just finish a little top side of it. She won't need to do too much to land on the 8. That might be straight. Still not a problem if she can trace it past the 10 ball.
Yeah, she held up very well under some of the biggest pressure in the world in Vegas. Struggled just slightly in the final, but as to be expected. I saw her play in a Euro Tour about 6 months ago, and I kind of pegged her as being a possible up-and-coming strong player, really good fundamentals. and really like an unsung story of Team Poland's success 2 weeks ago.
Well, in addition to that, she has pounced on the unfortunate break from Cockton, and, well, good early signs for the pole, but the lady from Turkiye is going to need to just put a bit more focus on this break. I did see her warming up pre-match, got in a little early just to check them out, and she was certainly potting balls very well, making the side pocket no problem. So Sinem Cockton trailing 1 rack to 0 with the second of her 2 breaks. Both players getting 2 breaks each. And this time does made the 14 in the top right corner. Similar to our last break, it just sat in the jaws. Now, that 1 ball does look on. Does she fancy the solids? I do like the stripes the way they are. Maybe 10-11 would put her off, but I kind of like the stripes.
Again, I think the 12 can play onto the 11 as far as the stripes right now. Don't mind starting with the 12. Wants to be on the 11 here. Looks like she might be a little short. She is, so focus on the rack going to be to get on that 11. Only lane really is between the 8-10. There is some space on the short side.
Ooh. I think that was just the shot clock. She had a little look behind her. I heard a beep. It was just perfectly timed with her backswing, unfortunately.
Yeah, she'll have less experience on the TV tables and under the 30 seconds, and 8-ball is probably the toughest game to play under a shot clock. So many choices. So I'm going to have to get used to that.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times in the men's event as well, especially after the break. There are so many options, especially if there are a couple of clusters to consider. Players just, while time was flying by, a couple of them being caught out, Eric. Maybe just too many options compared to 9 and 10 ball with rotation. You know pretty much the pattern you've got to take. Too many variables here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the only time you can get caught in rotation is really when you're playing safe. But 8-ball is more of a thinking game. 15's going to lie well into the space between the 8-10 here. Oh, she's overdone it again. Didn't even look like she had much angle on that one, Gethin, but just caught the thin part of the pocket, I think. Gonna have to get it on it this time, running out of options here.
Yeah, agreed. Gets that little bit trickier when you leave it till last. You have to be really precise, as opposed to maybe not getting the first opportunity. Bump on the 4 has helped, I would like to think.
Yeah, combo only now. Tough to not get the cue ball in line with the 5-7-6 stack. Gonna have to fall into the 7 best case here. shot. She's going to be outnumbered now. Not an easy start for Wesolowska, but definitely safe options or two-way options. Makeable jump here, Gethin.
I was going to say, you mentioned putting it safe. I actually thought that had just come up a bit short, but only the edge of the 5 needed jumping over. I fancy her taking this on. Good call, Eric. Oh, maybe playing the bank.
Just has to swerve it. Just swerve, I think.
She was confusing me then. From this angle, it looked like she was having a go at playing the cross bank.
Yeah, just needs to elevate a little more on that one.
Yeah, and a bit softer perhaps. So, maybe putting Sinem in a bit more trouble. But that 11 and 10 down here are very potable if she doesn't get the cue ball safe.
Shot.
Yeah, great two-way shot. Had her covered if it rattled.
Still not on anything easy. Ideally, she'd like to draw it enough to get onto the 2, but I think there's a little too much angle.
Well, nothing immediately jumping out at me here, Eric. Can she freeze up against the 8? Is that perhaps what she's thinking?
I like that. Gotta make sure the 6 doesn't come back and hit the cue ball, but I think she can get it cutting slightly to the left. Overdrew it, unless she called that, which would have been a smart call, but she's left her here.
Yeah. You would have thought you'd have called that for backup. This, a nice opportunity for Sinem here. Bring the scoreline back to level. She will be handing over the break to Katarzyna. A little extra composure, Eric, and tucks away the 8 ball. The scoreline now 1 apiece. These girls playing for a place in the last 16. There are 3 other matches still left to go in this winners qualification group. Anna Gradiznik of Slovenia taking on Ina Helvik of Norway, and Rose Vadu from France taking on Monika Zabek of Poland. And this is a tough one. Sara Rocha of Portugal, a strong player, is taking on Yasmin Ushan of Austria. I expect that one to be a good contest. And already through, Pia Filler and Miriam Stewart, Karina Cooper and Mila Vatanen in an absolute thriller of a hill-hill match. So I'll keep you updated with the scores as we get that last 16 group filled up. And let's have a look, Eric, at Katarzyna's opening break in her set of 2.
Off square. I liked how she was hitting them in Vegas. She was hitting them all from the side rail, which is the most common break with hand rack 10 ball. Went from the middle here, which is the most common break in tap ball 8 ball. Hit him with open bridge though. Prefer to see players hit that break with closed bridge. Decent contact, but nothing down.
Yeah, decent contact, Eric. And the breaks of Cockton. I'm just having a look around, Eric. There was a good spread from Katarzyna's break, so good opportunity here for Sinem to replicate what happened in the first rack after her dry break, perhaps.
Yeah, 6 ball's going to be the toughest ball to get on for solids. The 4 can possibly lead into it. Just a small angle going to the left here would work well. Looks like she might have it. Just have to see what kind of angle she has here. It was too straight, so still going to be some work to be done to get back over to the 6. She can go 2 rails around it now. Don't really like anything off the 7. The cue ball's too tough to get straight on the 7 and come straight back.
Yeah, she's really thinking about how she gets on this 6. I do like your option of coming round long rail, short rail. There would be the 2 ball as a backup.
Oh, is she on it now? I disregarded that. I mean, this is... I don't mind it. Just got it down into the thick part of the pocket, so lost the cue ball a little bit. I mean, there's kind of an unwritten rule. Sorry, Gethin. Yeah, there's kind of an unwritten rule in 8 ball. Yeah, it's just you don't want to give yourself a chance to miss a ball. And she didn't there. But just the pocketing got her out of line. I mean, I don't think it was that bad of a decision because it was tough to get around to that area if she didn't take it then. But just something to think about.
Well,
tied up a
that's
ball.
not worked. Yeah, that's not worked out too badly, in the sense of a bit more difficult for Veselowska to run out at this opportunity.
Yeah, I don't mind safe behind the 9 here.
Well, I noticed the 10's been bumped as well. It's covering the 7, may still have a path to the bottom left pocket. And the 9 may be useful for trying to dislodge the 2. She might be going full offense here, Eric.
Yeah, she has to now. I actually like the 9 as well, but this works. Good shot.
Oh, a double kiss, popping the cue ball into a very favourable position.
It's going to be interesting to see how Wesolowska plays off that good result in the World Team Championships. I don't think there's any reason we can't see her breaking into the top 25 in the world in 2026.
No, agreed. I don't believe I saw her here last week during the European Championships. Maybe getting herself nice and fresh for the Euro Tour. I'm trying to remember. I may have that wrong.
Yeah, I don't think she was, and Pia took some time off as well, and so did Jasmine. Just the beginning of the European Championship. She came for the second couple events. But yeah, I actually saw an interview with Pia, and she was talking about a 9-hour time change between Germany and Vegas, and it's just tough to do that, turn right over and try to play well in a tournament. So a couple players just forewent the European Championships.
Yeah, I take my hat off to the players who did manage it. It was less than a 48-hour transition between one and the other. For us in the commentating box, it was less than a 12-hour transition. It was a fantastic run from one event into the other. What I was also noticing is that the players have actually been able to recoup from any jet lag at these facilities here. The Miracle Resort really treating them to their time off the table.
Yeah, there's players that did do well in both. Daniel Maciol won the 10 ball. He was over in Vegas. Good out here from Katarzyna. Broke out the 11 early. Stayed in pretty good line after that.
Well, it was a dry break from Katarzyna, but she was able to get back to the table, and she's finished them off really nicely, Eric, and takes a 2-1 lead. Will get her next set from her set of 2 breaks. Just having a look out across the other women's qualification matches. Anna Gradiznik is 3-0 up over Ina Helvik, and De Rose-Va, I get it the wrong way around every time, the way they write it on the scoreboard, is trailing 1 rack to 2 against Monica Zabek. And Sarah Rocha is 3-2 up on Yasmin Ushan. Now, do you think it's just better contact with the cue ball here, or do they need to put in a little bit more power?
Well, with the tap balls, I mean, it's not necessarily a power thing. I think that you can hit them more pure with a closed bridge, but she is going with open. So Pia Filler uses the same break. Josh Filler actually won the men's Euro Tour with an open bridge break like this. But you're just not going to get that real big power, so you're really kind of relying on the balls in the second row when you're hitting them open bridge like that. And again, hit them off square there, so balls in the second row didn't go down.
Well, that 2-1 cluster, Eric, that would push me into taking stripes at this point. I see the 10 balls in a spot of bother next to the 6.
Yeah, and the 9 not ideal. But she really doesn't have an easy enough opener on the solids. So gonna have a go at the stripes here. Big reach on this one, probably gonna need the bridge. Sure if the 11 passes the 3. If it does, that could help her develop something to the racking end of the table. She's underdrawn this. Gonna have to roll through the 12 onto the 9 now.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, just gotta hope that the cue ball's not running into bad parts of the 4. Pretty sure it is gonna hit it. But if it hits the inside of it, she can continue the cue ball forward. Looks straight enough. Was able to miss it. Found the window. Still on some possible offense here. I think Gethin. Did the 8 edge
What?
her? Could have. It's close. It's still there.
Run into the 3, kept distance between it and the 11. It's available to the top left. She's going to have to draw back for a tricky 10 into the center.
Yeah, it's the only play now. She's scrambling here, but still a chance to get through it.
Lovely touch. Can just run through. Yeah, I think she'll avoid the 7.
Next try, but it's a pretty big miss mid-match. Wesolowska was in this spot a couple racks ago, just outnumbering the other player, but nothing to start with. So likely safe here off the first shot. Yeah, I felt that was just slightly aggressive.
Well, last time, Eric, she played that long 7, but kept good cue ball in that it was safe if she'd missed. This time, well, she's guaranteed to leave a shot.
Yeah, I mean, that one was borderline because the 6 was makeable for sure, but really when you have a numbered advantage like this, you really don't want to take any chances.
Pretty natural to come back across for the 8 in the same pocket. Just needs to make sure of this 10. Nicely done. And Eric, we've got us a close match here. Both players want a piece off each other's break. And 2-2 keeps it nice and tight. And Sinem will now get the next 2 breaks. So, well, this is a difficult one to pick. And if anyone thought Katarzyna was coming in to hear the favourite, well, Sinem has come to play, a home hopeful, as we are here in Turkey. Exciting stuff. Let's have a little look at what's going on in the arena. Just to let you know, we have 2 other tables on Pro Billiard TV being streamed right now. We have Robin Håge Pettersen of Norway taking on very exciting Jokubas Solanchevas. And on table 3, we have Mariusz Nitecki from Poland taking on Ika Andoni Echeverria, who was in the winning Spanish team just a few days ago here at the European Championships. Sinem to break. 2-2 in this race to 5. Where's the cue ball? Not going down. Ball's made, I think, Eric.
Yeah, got the ball back on the side this time. Solids lie a little better, but no opener on the solids. Gonna have to make a plan to get at the 11. Fifteen's down at the top end of the table by itself, so I think taking it second would be a good play. Just considering the 4, it's tempting because the solids do lie much better.
Oh, it's a thin gap past the 7.
Yeah.
Well, the 1 should be on as well.
I just saw that too, yeah. She's gonna go stripes. I wonder how thin that 1 really was, because if it was high percentage makeable, I really like going solids there.
Yeah, that 11 is just spoiling the party somewhat. I'm not sure from this angle. No, the 6 looks like it goes to the bottom left. Yeah. So now it's going to be about how she deals with the 11 ball.
She's coming into it now, but the only real pocket for it is the right middle. Gonna have to get good on it. Not yet. Still on the 10.
She did bump the 7. Has that opened up the top right pocket? I don't think she's had a look at that yet. She's coming around now.
Yeah.
It may have cleared up.
Yeah, good call. In worst case, you can play it off the 1.
Just calling in her extension. Needs to be really particular here. This would be a great opportunity to take the lead and have her next break as well.
Tried to get on it again, but it's going to get behind the 3-6.
Could jump over the 3. Is a possibility. She may be reaching over the corner of the table.
Oh, she's made it, Gavin. What a shot.
Oh. Calls it in the side pocket, makes it. Looks like she's going to have to play a bank shot here. But what a shot from Sinem there. That was a corker, Eric.
Cue ball's moving to the right, but she can draw for the 8 in the same pocket. She can even hold it. Nice play. Big shot mid-match coming here.
Absolutely, Eric. And if Cocteau's got her break working, she will have the second of her 2 breaks. Ooh. The tough cut. Felt that she was going to make it after such great shot making leading up to that. Now, what can Katarzyna do with all 7 solids left on the table?
Yeah, this rack's looking good. 2 ball leads into the 3-6 nicely. Believe the 6 passes the 8 is the only thing that could really trip her up, but I think has room. Cue ball's going the wrong way off the 4, but she still has 3 rails back to the 2.
Yeah, the 3 looks like it passes under the 8 as well if she wants to just freeze off this. May have to draw back. Looks pretty straight, Eric.
Yeah, ideally wanted an angle going to the short rail here. I think she might have it. Shot.
Oh, very nicely done. Well, this could be a big swing in the scheme of the match, Eric. The difference between Sinem taking 3-2 with her break and Katarzyna breaking her break, well, you'd have to say a slight advantage to the pole now if she were to take these remaining balls.
Yeah, that was partly why the 8 was so big, because Sinem would have had another break to possibly get on the hill with a decent lead. Going to be fighting to stay even now in rack number 6.
Well, they still needed to be potted, Eric. There was no traffic for her to be concerned about. This 8 ball to take the lead and one against Cockton's break. Sinem will get her second of her 2 breaks, and you have to say it feels like this one will need to be a must-win rack for her, because her opponent is also breaking quite strong now after a little bit of a shaky start, the pair of them. And over on our other last winners qualification matches, it looks like Rose Vadeur is 2-2 with Monika Zebek. Anna Gradiznik is 5-0, has already won through Ina Helvek. And Sarah Rocha is trailing now 3 racks to 4 against Jasmine Ushan, who is on the hill. If you want to keep updated with all the scores as they're coming in, EPBF.com. Both men's and women's event in there, and also links to our future events. Balls are down again for Sinem, but not really got a look at anything here, Eric.
Yeah, hit them even with a little more power this time. Cue ball got kicked down to the short rail. A little unlucky there. Might have to play safe behind the 15 off the 7. Pretty precise with the cue ball on that play. Even 15 behind the 7. Either one of those balls, just freezing behind the other one. Yeah, I really don't like taking this chance here. Unless the 4 plays into the middle. No good.
Ooh. No. Now, Katarzyna has a few more options here. And she was sat in her chair watching Sinem survey the result of her break. She should have a better idea of the ones she was looking to go for. 4 in the side pocket, or is there a gap through to a stripe for her underneath the 8? Oh,
it's unlucky to have covered the 1 there, but she still has the 5 in the top right. Possibly the 3.
Yeah, we've been seeing that from our players here in the 8-ball event. If they spot a problem, they really look to develop it straight away. And Katarzyna was unlucky to finish on the 1, So he's taking this long 5. Has played that really well, Eric. That was a difficult shot made to look easy.
Yeah, chance to get through the rack now. One of the keys is going to be getting an angle off the 7 going to the left of it. Doesn't want to be running into the 15. She can possibly draw off it now, but still a little too much angle for that. 1's still there. Should be able to play through the 15 somehow here, even possibly missing it. I like taking the 7 actually.
She wants that 3 as her key ball for the 8, with the 8 not having the bottom left pocket. She's dancing around the table now, shot clock beckoning, but she does have quite a few seconds on the clock.
Yeah, 15 wasn't as big of a problem in the end as I thought it was, so nicely played by Katarzyna there.
And clearly the 8 doesn't pass. Well, after the 5 ball she made, you really fancy her for this 8, and more importantly, a 4-2 lead in the race to 5 that will put her on the hill. More importantly, she gets her break as well. Oh, Eric.
Ball. Similarly to what Katarzyna had left a couple times, Sadem has all her balls on the table here, but really has to consider playing safe off the first shot. She can play a two-way, elevating and drawing at the 12 and trying to get down onto the 11. 14 and 9 will block the 8. She's able to draw it enough.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Just worried about the cue ball hitting the 15 here. That's fine too. Yeah, as long as the cue ball wasn't running into the 15, that was a good shot.
Well, she's had to look at the combination here. I fancied her running into the 14 to bump it out the way. Looks pretty straight from here for the combination, though. Played it nicely, Eric, and not a bad angle to come over for the 13.
Yeah, as long as you can draw enough to avoid it without going to the rail. I like playing the 13 next. Got in between. Sure if she's going to have enough of the 13 here. She does. Still a little tougher than she would have wanted.
Oh, nice action.
Yeah, she delivers her
Just-
stroke nicely. She's held in with Katarzyna here.
Oh,
A little,
and
yeah, nice shot.
she's held it together, Eric. Key moment, I feel, in the match. This will...
Yeah, that was a big miss from Wesolowska, as there was a big miss from Sinem in the rack previous. Wow.
Oh. I did not expect her to miss that after playing some wonderful pool to get to that point. And this is a gift to Katarzyna. The difference between 3-3 and 4-2, quite a big difference, as Sinem just walks off screen shaking her head. I'm going to assume that she's just taken her time out, Eric, and if that's the case, I would suggest we do the same with the players. Yes, both of them going, and we'll be right back with Katarzyna Veselowska on the hill, leading 4-2 against the Turkish lady Sinem Kokten. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the rest of this winners qualification match. Well, a warm welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the culmination of this exciting winners qualification matchup between Veselowska Katarzyna and Sinem Kokten. Katarzyna 4-2 up. My name is Gethin Davis. Joining me back in the box, Eric Hallefson. Welcome back, Eric.
Hey, good to be back. Interesting one here. A few mistakes from both players. Missed eights in game 5 and 6. Really turning the tide in both those games. But Wesolowska coming out with the advantage after 6 games.
quick update from, you'll notice an empty table next to us. That is because the Spaniard Iker Andoni Echeverria has won 7-1 over Mariusz Nitecki. Nitecki from Poland, and Katarzyna from Poland breaking potentially for the match. She is on the hill, leading 4-2. I have not seen a ball drop though, Eric.
Yeah, she went with the closed bridge that time. I would suggest to definitely go with that going forward in the tournament. She'll still be in the tournament regardless of winning or losing here. This is a winner's qualification match. But she hit them with more power, a fair bit off square. But if she can find any squareness in that one, I think that's the one to go with.
I'm just having a look around. The 5 is quite close to the 8 ball, and the 1 may be hampered by the 10. I just don't believe, unless she can see the 10, there's a good opener if she wants to go stripes. Maybe she can.
Yeah, and I think the 8 passes the 5, so stripes would seem a little easier here, I think. I guess if she had to shoot the 10, she'd probably have to turn the bridge on its side. But obviously the 4 is going to be the ball to get after here. It could possibly go off the 9 in the side. I'd want the 9 to be a little closer and not so far past the side. This plays okay. She can pocket the 7 now, move the 4.
Yeah, it looked like she had to just turn that cue ball over a little bit. Played that really well.
Nicely done. She's only on the 2 now. She is on a tough 3. She might have to consider it. Really tough to get any kind of positive position off the 2. Six plays in the right middle as well.
She may be able to come up. Oh, I think she's taking on 6 into the middle. Yeah, well, good call, Eric. That was a thin cut. How's the 5? Oh, it might have just hampered the 4.
Yeah, I think it did. Barely, not enough for the 2 or the 4. And the 3 looks like it's tight past the 10. Just a bunch of close calls here. Gonna decide on the 3 in the end. Yeah, I was favoring the thinner side of the pocket there. And a chance for Wesolovska to take down the match now.
Yeah, she's just having a look at the 15. It passes up into the top left. No real trouble. Or maybe look to play for it straight away off this 10.
Yeah, the 15's available in the bottom right as well. But I agree, somehow finding some way to get good on it. Major key here.
Oh, flirted with the 8 ball. Came around the back of it. Don't think the 10 passes that 9, or maybe it does. But she is having a look at the 14 here. Ooh. Might have got away with that if the 12 passes into the right. Centre or the top pocket, top middle as we look at it.
9 ball's going to be the best ball to play into that area. Oh, I like 13, 11, 9 here.
Unless she's...
So many.
I'm just wondering if she's thinking that she has to play the 15 to dislodge it.
Yeah, that'd be the only reason not to use the 9 to get onto it. Definitely possible that it's not available.
Oh, now she's played for it, has she?
Had to be. Perfect speed, and looks like she's going to come through for the 15 now. Shot from Wesolowska, match winner.
She's looking up there. Is it not on? Was she looking to actually come down far enough for the 15?
Yeah, I think she's just too worried about the cue ball going a little too far to the left and not through past the 4. So I think she's considering playing the cue ball off the short rail and all the way back towards the 15. Did get through it enough. Settled for distance here.
Really just needs to make sure of this. The 8 ball, very available. And well, Eric, I think Katarzyna should consider herself as one of the contenders for this event. However, as you mentioned, for the loser, all is not lost. They will move over into the losers bracket. But Katarzyna Wesolowska books her place in the last 16. Just to let you know, there are a few other players already in there. Mia Vatanen, Karina Cooper, Miriam Steiner, Pia Filler, and Anna Gradiznik. And it looks like Yasmin Ushan has just gone through already as well. So filling up very nicely there. We will be back with you in 2.5 hours for the kickoff of our next round of matches. Please don't go anywhere. My name's Gethin Davis. Big thank you to Eric Horlifson.